First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right to the air. Here is Goff. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Mayfield looks to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Shepard goes in motion. Now Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job. And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick here is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. First carry now for David Montgomery, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Goff. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Mayfield now. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Mayfield to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And this is caught by Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 27 yards. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That is caught by Laporta. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Again, Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
His pass caught at the 4. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep it.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Kane Wanwu now to return. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 97 yards. Touchdown, Jets. Greg, a dream start to this one. The opening kickoff taken back all the way for the first points of the game.
And each one of these teams, Mike, they've spent the entire week discussing how can we get off to a fast start. Well, you don't get out to much of a faster start than returning the opening kickoff of the game. It's a dream start, as you said, and, man, you just don't draw it up much better than that.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Point it right. Hurry.
Here comes Otten in motion. Right to the air. It's Mayfield. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, Baker. Down the field, it's Evans. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
Kings. Pistol. What's up?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked up by Sauce Gardner. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick 6 and an early touchdown. Now Zerline for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Jets move out on top, 14-0. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
Hey, alert 33. Set. Hurry. Run. What's up?
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And not wanting to take on any contact, he's going to slide to a stop. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Hey, alert.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Open man downfield. That's Godwin. And he will score. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's now 14-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Here's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Levante David.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Real.
On first down is Mayfield. The throw on the run is complete. Second down and 8.
Pistol. Alert. What's that?
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
You know what they say about Murphy's Law, Mike? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. He's had a pick 6 earlier in the game. Now he takes a sack. Fortunate for him, there's a lot of football to be played, but this has been a disastrous start.
On fourth down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucks. This will be a 41-yard attempt. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucks are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. Now, screen going to be set up for Davis. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. The Jets have the advantage. We'll have more from Tampa after this. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Give up the middle with Hall. Hall, a 1st down and more. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
1st down for Aaron. That's complete. It's Malachi Corley. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
On the give, it's Hall. Finding room to the 20. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. Here's 2nd and 6. A give. Here's Hall. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. So, 4th down, and the veteran Greg Zuerlein on for the Jets. Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Baker. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. They send Evans in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. A dive and a catch. Incredible. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Pistol. Hurry!
To throw is Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Throwing is Mayfield.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Alert! Run. Hurry!
Here comes Otten in motion.
What's up?
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it's going to be 3rd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Hey, alert 33. Up. What's that?
Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, You've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
First and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. A first down throw from Rodgers. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes Otten in motion. They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a second and 9.
Real. Alert. What's up?
Now Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Run.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. Here's Mayfield. First down throw there is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They go play action with Mayfield. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The big fella, Quinnen Williams, forcing his way in for the sack. 3rd and long.
Hurry.
Here comes Otten in motion.
Alert. What's up?
From the gun, it's Mayfield. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And he pulled it left. No good. And they are not able to draw closer.
Well, no excuses here, Mike. This is pretty clear. He just flat out pulled it and winds up missing it wide left.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through. Second down and 3. On the handoff, here comes Hall. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Second down, Rodgers. He'll get that to Wilson. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. Rodgers going to give this to Allen. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They go back to Allen. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. They'll stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
What you see there is really the key to a good free safety blitz. Time the snap so that the offense cannot determine that you're rushing. It's exactly what happened here. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here is first and 10.
Run. Red. Hurry.
They send Evans in motion.
Up.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On second down, Baker. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Hurry! Regular! What's that?
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's caught. It's Evans. And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down as they wind up getting 13 on fourth down. Baker to throw. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
They send Evans in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
So here it is, fourth down and 10.
Hey, alert! Up! Pistol. Hurry! Rail. What's up?
They'll go. Mayfield. To the left side. To Godwin. And he's going to have a Bucs first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down. Here's second down.
Alert! Hurry! Regular! Done!
Throwing is Baker. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Gonna need a big play now. Third down and long.
Point it right.
To throw is Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
Good game.
So this one a win for the visiting Jets. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody. Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right to the air. It's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. A second down throw for Hurts. Got a man. It's A.J. Brown brings it in. And he will go all the way. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Right to the air. It's Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Second down throw for Mayfield. Open man downfield. That's Godwin. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Set to go now on first and 10. Now Mayfield. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
It is a big play for the Eagles. An even 40 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A short game, down to the 7. Second and goal. One more time, they try Barkley. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and goal coming up.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first two runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He's got it at the 3. So a little extra time to think about this third and goal as we've hit the end of the first. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Third and goal. Man in motion is Brown. Third and goal for Hurts. It is brought in the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Now Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Now, screen set up for... He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Hurts to the air on first down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Third and a yard. In motion, the tight end Uzama. They'll try to run here with Barkley. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
Third and short, you think the defense has everybody packed in there real tight, so as a play caller, you're thinking, all right, let's give my running back a chance to stretch and cut. But this defense was ready for all of it. They string him out wide, nowhere to cut, take him down for a loss. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. That is taken in by the veteran Mike Evans. Now the Bucs will take their first time out, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. They send Evans in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. Baker going to give it to Irving. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Hey, alert, regular. That's on.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He puts it up, and it's caught. Cade Otton. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Mayfield to the line. The Bucs will try for 2.
Point it right. Hurry.
They send Evans in motion. Mayfield to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go. Start.
The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Now, this looks like a design run. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
King. Red. Regular. Cut.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
To the middle of the field, he's got Evans. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he will dive into the end zone. 73 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mayfield to the line. The Bucs will try for 2. Now they'll set up to throw. And he is into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
63. Don't touch it.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The 3-4 defense, Mike, is predicated on the big man over the center. The nose tackle. He's big. He's strong. He takes up the entire middle of the defense, and that's exactly what we just saw on that play. He makes the stop for no gain.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Don't touch it.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, They can't help him at all.
That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Hurts working in the pistol. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Irving now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. First and 10. Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. They'll go again here with Irving. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Right back to Irving. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the game, but it will bring up 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. On 3rd down, it's Irving. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. A give. This is Irving. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. Second down, 8 for the first down. They'll drop to throw. A short one there to Otten. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. Trying to find an opening, but too good in the middle from the defense. They stop this up, and now it is 4th down. He'll go. It's White. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first down. A run with Barkley. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first time out here to get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
And with that completion, now it puts them in prime position to win this game, Mike. I mean, at this point, all they have to do, protect the football, put it in a good spot where the kicker feels good about it, and hope your field goal team can be the hero.
Here comes Barkley. Not much happening there, just a short game. Now the Bucs will take their first time out, and it comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Barkley. Barkley's got the first down and more. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
There's so many elements of this play, Mike, that are just so impressive. Not only the ability to break tackles and make guys miss, but then the speed to say, okay, I can make guys miss, but I can also take it to the house. I mean, there's just not a lot of backs in the league that have that combination skill set, and they're fortunate for them. They've got one here, and he makes a big play here for a touchdown.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keely Ringo. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.